Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, my name is GaryBear890, and this is my first ever YouTube video. So I decided that I should do something interesting, simple, and awesome. So of course, when pondering what that would be, I came up with my top 3 Legend of Zelda games of all time. Now after much soul searching and wandering the streets and trying to figure out life, I narrowed it down to my top 3. This was no easy task, of course, seeing as how there's numerous Legend of Zelda titles out there, many of which are contenders for some of the best games ever made in the history of the world. So anyways, if it's alright with you guys, I'd like to start with number 1, then number 3, then number 2. It'll make a lot more sense if I do it that way. So, this game doesn't get as much love as I feel it should, but it is my number 1, and that is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This is one of the greatest games ever made, and millions of people's favorite game. There's not much left to be said about this game that hasn't already been said, as we know. There's just something special, and I think that it has to be experienced to really be understood. There was just something so grand about it, and finally seeing Hyrule in its 3D glory. This game really had a huge impact on me, and it's still one that I love to pop in the N64, GameCube, or on the 3DS and play through every once in a while. Now, moving on to number 3, not number 2, number 3 is The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. Now, this game obviously followed Ocarina of Time closely, but was different in so many ways. Obviously, the story was way darker and different from any other Legend of Zelda, but I think that's what makes it so great. But yet it still maintains the same magic that is in the Legend of Zelda series. You got the epic adventure, you got the music, the characters, the twists, the turns, the pieces of heart. And that game is just amazing. It's one of my favorites, and I picked up the 3DS version day 1, and I love that one just as much. Now moving to number 2, which is the last one of the 3, is The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess. Now, a lot of Legend of Zelda fans seem to sit on one side of the fence or the other on this game. They either love it or they don't. And if you don't like The Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, I just don't understand why not. I really don't. I remember sitting on my computer, probably with 56K dial-up, buffering the E3 video. And I was blown away. I didn't weep openly like some fans, but I was close to it. I was so excited. I waited and I waited, saved up money, put it away, so that the day that this game came out, it would be in my GameCube. And this game lived up to my expectations, and even more. I feel like it's a spiritual successor to Ocarina of Time, and has a mixture of Majora's Mask in it. A darker feel to it. And Twilight Princess was just so freaking epic. I mean, come on. Ganondorf, this Ganondorf, dies standing up with the freaking Master Sword in his chest. Perfect ending. Twilight Princess is a great game in my opinion. Now, I know this is a rocky start, okay? This is my first video. So if you guys got any tips or ideas, I'd love to hear them. I'm just doing this for fun. I love late night YouTube browsing, looking at other people's lists and favorite games. So I thought that maybe I'd throw a couple of my own opinions and favorite games out there. And if anybody liked them, I could share some more. And if anybody hated them, I could share even more. Anyways, thanks for watching. And subscribe, I guess. That's what they say. Peace.